very lovely evening to you all. I hope this video finds you all fit and well. The practice this evening is going to be a short practice and focusing very much on the strength of the core and the legs. And it is going to be quite energetic and quite demanding. So before you can start, just use the pause button whenever needed, and that can be to take it into child's pose for a rest or rehydrate and take a drink. But without further ado, we're going to settle directly into the pranayama, and I invite you to find a little bit of buoyancy with the breath by elongating the spine, sitting nice and tall and inviting the breath in through the nose, closing the eyes and noticing how the body feels as you exhale. Another gentle breath in, being mindful as we move through the practice. It's going to be fairly demanding, and I want you to be patient with yourself and be kind to yourself if you need, as I said, to pause the video at any time to do so. Okay, and let's take a nice gentle breath in, elongating from the base of the spine all the way up to the crown of the head. Obviously, if you're a little bit congested, breathe out through your mouth, but don't hold the breath. Okay, another gentle breath in, growing tall, inviting that expansion to the front of the chest and softening of the shoulders as you exhale. Another gentle breath in, so keeping our awareness and our attention to the breath as always. Okay, we're going to just do a short pranayama, and we're going to count the breath. So inhaling for 4 and slowing down the down breath on the count of 5. And we'll do about 5 rounds of that. So let's begin inhaling 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finally, inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, let's begin our practice. Open your eyes, please. Remove your cushion if you were sitting on one, and then take it straight into child's pose, taking the big toes to touch, opening out of the legs, not overly exaggerating this openness through the inner thighs, outer thighs, and then dropping straight down. Lengthening, so we're going to straight away lengthen into the arms and feel that extension across the armpit, chest, right down the middle of the arms, and if you stretch into the fingers, connect them to the mat, we'll continue to feel that nice stretch. So in this child's pose, the tailbone is slightly tucked, and the top of the pelvis, or the tilt of the pelvis, is kind of pointed towards the back of the body, okay? So take a nice deep breath in, and then on the exhale, we're going to take it slightly up. So we're going to reach it up and walk the hands forward. And I invite you to allow the pelvis move in the opposite direction. Now this time, taking the tailbone, allowing it to stick out towards the back of the mat. And you'll notice that the pelvis tilts. So we have the pelvis kind of spilling forward. And notice when it spills forward, it opens up through the front of the chest. And then when you invite the breath in, you can feel that expansion and that release of the upper chest, and we can maximize the breath if need be. So it's a slightly different position of the pelvis that we can feel this micro movement and capacity in the chest. So it's just an alternative approach to this. Okay, so take a gentle breath in. Allow the breath to enter and fill the belly and the chest, and then on the exhale, walk the hands slightly back, and then allow the sit bones to rest on the heels, drop the forehead, and then release the breath. Take another breath in. Notice the different
obstacle, slight obstacle once you breathe in this position. Because the tailbone's slightly tucked, the pelvis is tilting, excuse me, the pelvis is tilting towards the back body, so we call this anterior tilt of the pelvis, and this somehow restricts that movement of the diaphragm, so we get a slightly restricted breath. So it's just noteworthy to find what feels good and take it into that alternative position, and it's just those micro movements making a difference. Okay, inhale, slowly come up, take the hands below the shoulders and knees below your hips, and let's begin by really opening up the wrists and bringing a bit of action and movement. Maybe moving to start with circular motions from left to right, and find that the wrists begin to activate. Okay, so let's take it in the opposite direction, right to left. We want to warm up the wrists for this practice. There's going to be quite a lot of a demand placed on the wrists, and it's only right that we begin to wake them up in this initial part of our practice, okay? So let's just move slightly forward and back, taking the shoulders over the wrists and demanding that the flexors open up, extensors of the wrists open up, so gently forward and back. Perfect. Deep breath in. Keep the back of the neck long. Don't drop the head forward yet. So we keep that energy flow nice and even from the base of the spine, the center of the pelvis, all the way up to the top of the head. Good. Now, bring the shoulders over the wrists and then go ahead and extend into the legs. Find your plank pose. Hug the belly in and begin to claw down through the hands. Take a deep breath in as you look towards the mat. And then in the exhale, go ahead and bring it up into maybe the first downward dog of the day. Perhaps not, just depending. Okay, so with this first dog, we're going to invite a bit of fluidity, a bit of, you can place your own signature on this dog and bring a bit of movement. Maybe invite a bit of hip movement, why not? As we pedal out the dog, take a deep breath in. Maybe on the exhale, bring the weight back into the heels, look under the left armpit, and then take it back into that little walk the dog position. Keep pressing into the heel of the hands, the arms are staying nice and straight and strong. Another gentle breath in. As you exhale, maybe take the heels back, looking under the right armpit, lovely. And then inhale, press into the heels of the hands, place the weight back into the left heel as you raise your right leg up behind, nice stretch, feeling it open up the right hip in this three-legged dog. On the exhale, rounding the back and bringing that right knee up towards your left tricep. Inhale, stretch it back, lift it up, keep it strong, hips are nicely opened. Exhale, knee bends to come forward, right knee to left wrist. Inhale, lift it back, nice and strong, shoulders stable. Exhale, and right knee touches right wrist, good. And then step your right foot through, all the way through to the front of the mat, and then go ahead and drop the left knee. Keep the toes of the left foot nice and active. Pull the right hip crease back, stabilize the hips, point towards the front of the mat, and then breathe in. Begin to open up the collarbone by bringing the heart, shining it forward, and squeezing the inner thighs towards one another. Feel that action in the legs. Tailbone slightly tucked, and we're going to count from 1 to 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Press down through the right foot. Inhale. Lift the left leg back, and then take the left leg behind the front, behind the back of the right leg. Okay, bring the little piggies in line, and then go ahead, full forward as you gently press the right knee towards the left to open up that back of that left leg. It really feels lovely. Inhale, lengthen through, letting the tailbone again lift, and feeling that spillover of the pelvis towards the front of the body, that anterior tilt of the pelvis. Inhale to Urdhva Uttanasana. Exhale, fold it forward. And then on the inhale, we're going to continue to press right leg into left leg and then lift it up, opening up into Urdhva Hastasana. Grab the fingertips, use the in-breath to find that full length of the spine, keeping the hips forward. Inhale and hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Inhale, slowly come forward. Take the hands all the way down to the mat and then step your left leg nice and far behind, finding this kind of runner's lunge. Okay, so we can keep it here, we can keep the feet in this position, or we can play with it a little bit and find a little bit of adventure by taking it onto the knife edge of both feet. Okay, so let's start with the right foot. We're going to begin to take the top of the right foot towards the right hand corner of the mat, and then allow the back foot to go in the opposite direction. Now if this just doesn't feel right, come straight back up onto the soles of the feet. However, keep the left hand on the inside of the right foot and then inhale. Begin to use the exhale, finding the twist in this pose from the hips, from the center, and then stretching up. Keep that back leg strong, so really squeezing the left glute in, find a little bit of buoyancy, use the breath, and then exhale, drop it back down, come back up on the toes, and then go ahead and lift your left foot again, taking it on the inside of the right foot. Deep breath in, find a little bit of Urdhva Uttanasana, and then on the exhale, spin it forward. Take a gentle breath in. This time on the exhale, you're going to walk the hands all the way around to the outside of the left foot, which is towards the right hand side. And I want you to just gently press the left hips towards the left. Find that stretch, that beautiful opening on the left hand side. And then inhale, come all the way back around. Well done. Step that left foot back, press into the right foot, step the right foot back, plant the hands, and then go ahead and find a very strong dog. Hands are straight and strong, pressing into the mat and finding that energy all the way up in between the shoulder blades and the back body. Inhale, maybe come up on the toes, let it stretch out. Exhale, bring it back. Lovely. This time we're going to begin to flatten the right foot and take left leg up behind. So really stretching into this three-legged dog, finding stable shoulders as you exhale, and take left knee to right tricep. Really sucking the belly in and allowing the hips to turn. Inhale to stretch up, stretch through, shoulders stable, nice and strong, arms evenly, hands evenly pressing. And then left knee to right wrist. Hugging the belly in, finding support from the core. Inhale, stretch it up, well done. Exhale, and this time left knee touches left wrist, and then we're going to step the left foot through, dropping the right knee this time. Keep the toes of the right foot tucked, and then let's do that again by this time hooking the left hip crease back, pressing into the fingertips to lift and extend through the collarbones and shine through the heart. Take a deep breath in as you look forward, and we're going to hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. And then this time inhaling and stepping the left foot on the inside of the right foot. Little piggies to touch. Breathe in. Let the pelvis stick out as the pelvis actually tilts towards the front body, lifting the head. Find stretch. So inviting stretch through the sides of the body. Inhale to look up. Exhale to fold forward. Don't close the eyes, you don't want to lose any balance here. Inhale again. Finding this flat back position, pressing the left knee into the right leg to open up the back of the right leg. Exhale, fold forward. Good. And then on the inhale, slowly begin to press through the four corners of both feet, and then lengthen into the body. Take the hands, interlace the fingers, and use this buoyancy again by inhaling and stretching. Hold it here for 2, 4 and 5. Well done. Release the hands all the way down to the mat. Let's take the right foot back. Deep breath in, lifting the heart forward, finding a little bit of lift, rolling the inner back thigh, feeling that support as you press in, driving through the front left toe and placing energy into the back heel and opening up through here. Take a deep breath in, and then on the exhale, let's take into that little bit of an adventure by letting the energy sit on the outer edge of both legs. Your right arm is positioned below your right shoulder. Let's breathe in, exhale and open up, finding the twist again from the hips and taking the breath, taking the front, the lower right ribs forward as you open the heart. Inhale, maybe look up. Good. Exhale, come all the way back. And then press into the hands to take the feet back into downward facing dog. Excuse me. Use the hands, press into the mat, find a little bit of lift by coming up onto the toes, maybe walking the feet in. Deep breath in, look towards the mat, and then on the exhale, really find that stretch. Shoulder blades dial in, hips lift, and invite that stretch all the way down the back of the legs. Beautiful. Inhale, slightly come forward, take the shoulders over the wrists. Okay, so press into the fingertips, claw them down, find a little bit of release on the wrists, and then press into the toes of the left foot. You're going to lift and point through the right leg. Now, option one is to hold it here for 5 seconds, just really squeezing the glutes in towards center, keeping the arms nice and strong. Or if you feel inclined and strong enough and the energy is there this evening, I want you to take a deep breath in as you look towards the mat. And then as you exhale, we're going to chaturanga all the way down to the mat. Inhale, look up in this half lift. Keep the shoulder blades back. So you can press, keeping that right foot elevated, press into the hands, lift it back up into our plank pose. Squeeze the glutes in, take a deep breath in, and exhale, chaturanga all the way down, half lift. Inhale, pull the arms in towards center, lift your gaze. Exhale, look towards the mat, press down, rise up into this again. Now we're really finding our energy levels here. We've kicked it up a gear, and the breath is all important. Breathe in, look towards the mat. Exhale, soften, chaturanga all the way down. Take a deep breath in as you lift up. Exhale, inhale, press up. One more time. This is a bonus lift and a bonus press up. Inhale, and then exhale. Doing great. Feel the sweat and the heat build. Well done. Inhale, exhale. Drop the forehead down, and then begin to lengthen the arms forward. Take a few breaths here, let the breath settle just a little bit. And feel a little bit of ease. Come back into the breath. And then I want you to lift it into Shalabhasana. Breathe in, begin to lift the legs up behind, and then take the arms behind. Allow the hands just to stay positioned above the mat, pointing towards the ground. Inhale, rise up, and then on the exhale, reach the arms forward. Inhale, and then as you exhale, just pull the energy down towards the shoulder level. Take the shoulder blades in. Inhale to stretch. Exhale to lift. Inhale to stretch. Exhale to pull the energy down. Shoulder blades dial in, heart lifts. One more time. Inhale to stretch. And exhale. Pull the energy in. Focus. Pressing the belly button towards the mat. Pubic bone really connects. Glutes draw in, legs strengthen. Good. And then inhale. Allow the body to settle. Allow the breath to settle for 2 breaths here. Inhale, exhale. Okay, doing really well. Take the hands on the outside, shoulder height, fingertips point down. Excuse me. And we're going to do a bit of a kind of an oscillated press up. Breathe in, press down, rise up, shoulder blades connect on the back. Inhale, release, take a breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, rise up. Pressing into the fingertips, finding that connection to the pubic bone again onto the mat. Glutes can draw in, keep the feet connected, exhale. Okay, using the breath and finding that extension to the lower back. One more time to inhale, rise up. Good, exhale, bring it all the way down. Okay, take the hands either side of the breastbone. Inhale, tuck the toes, exhale, press into the hands and lift it straight back into dog. Okay, let's take a nice strong dog, deep breath in. Exhale. Good, inhale, come forward, take it into plank. Plant those hands below the shoulders again. Find the shoulder blades slightly move apart and then go ahead and stretch into the left foot. Deep breath in. Remember on the exhale, we're going to take it into this kind of chaturanga dandasana. It's a yogic push-up. You want to bend your elbows and let them point towards the back of the mat. Keep them close to the side of the body. Okay, deep breath in. Exhale, drop the heart down. Keep the feet, the left foot elevated as you inhale. Hug the elbows in. Find the stretch to the lower back. Good. Exhale, press into the toes and lift it back up into plank. Hug the belly in. Find that support from the front abdominal wall. Deep breath in. Exhale, soften, land up. Take it into this cobra almost pose, hugging the elbows in. Deep breath in, exhale, inhale, come back up. Very strong in the arms. Take a break if you need to. Deep breath in. Exhale, chaturanga down. Cobra up, shoulder blades down and stretch to the front of the heart. Keep, if you can keep that left foot lifted. Inhale, exhale, press it down. One more time, hugging the belly in, finding support. Deep breath in. Exhale, soften, lower, lift up. Well done. Release the forehead. Lengthen the arms forward and just give yourself a moment to catch the breath. Take a few breaths here. I'll pause the video. Notice the heart rate has increased. Maybe the breath has become a little faster, a little bit more shallow. Keep connected. Notice sensations. Be kind and patient. And above all, try and be present. Keeping your awareness to your body and your mind. Okay, so let's try our little variation of Shalabhasana and our lotus pose kind of vinyasa flow. Okay, so breathe in. Begin to stretch into the legs. Point the toes towards the back of the mat. Allow your legs to elevate as if somebody's pulling your thighs towards the ceiling and using a drawstring. And then breathe in, lengthen the arms forward as you exhale. Pull the energy back. Use a little bit of strength through the biceps and the triceps. Inhale, reach forward, look towards the mat. Exhale, pull it back, lifting the heart, using the buoyancy of the breath to lift up. Inhale to stretch. Exhale to reach back. Inhale to reach forward. One more time. Exhale, pull the energy back. Lift the front body, open up. And then inhale, exhale, drop the forehead. Take the hands on the the outside of the rib cage. Plant the heels of the hands. Inhale, tuck the toes. Excuse me. And then inhale, exhale. Press into the hands. Slowly lift it up into your plank pose. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale to lift the hips nice and high. So really well done. Okay, so we're going to just, before we take it down, for two more last stretches before we finish the practice, let's just try and use this position. Maybe walk your hands slightly in. So it's a kind of high dog, and then soften the knees. Okay, so we're going to just hop forward for a count of 10. Okay, and we can do it by pressing into, so the knees bend. Take a gentle breath in, exhale, and then lift them forward. Inhale, exhale, lift them back. Maybe use the belly, draw the muscles in, and take the hips a little bit higher. Inhale, soften the knees, exhale, and then step them forward. Step them back. Let's do 10 of them. Inhale, soften the knees, exhale, press them down, jump them forward. So you're taking the feet on the outside of the hands. Inhale, jump back. It's a bit of fun here, a bit of connecting to the core. And getting the idea that the shoulder blades sit nice and nestled in towards the spine. So inhale, exhale, and jump forward. Inhale, jump back. One more time. Inhale, shoulder blades draw in. Exhale, and jump forward. Good. Okay, now keep the feet on the outside of the hands. Turn the toes out, and then begin to take it into our little yogic squat. And as before, let's begin to keep the fingertips here. If you want to come on the toes, well and good. That's absolutely fine, yogi's choice. Or you could take, keep the soles of the feet nice and level to the mat. And if you're lucky and we've done a bit of hip opening here, that should aid this pose. I want you to slowly begin to allow the tailbone tuck and then lift the hands. Lift the hands into Anjali Mudra. Allow the elbows to rest in the inside of your thighs or your knees, and allow the tailbone to fall forward, still forward. That's it. Take a gentle breath in. Well done. And then as you exhale, hands behind the back, feet walking in front of the knees, but in line with the knees. Take the hands, point the fingertips towards the back of the mat. And then take a deep breath in as you breathe in. Begin to squeeze the glutes towards center, hug the belly in, and take it into this reverse tabletop. Allow the heart to open slightly, shoulder blades connect on the back, the upper back, and the triceps kick in. Okay? Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, drop it down. Keep the hands in the same position. Use a few breaths. Inhale, exhale. Doing fantastic, almost there. Breathe in, press down to the hands. Begin to hug the belly in as you lift the hips. Squeeze the glutes towards center. Press into the hands. Make sure your triceps feel happy. And then hold it here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. Drop it down. If you have to lift your hands here, take a break. Take the hands to the front of the mat. Do your figure 8. Interlacing the fingers or whatever feels good, just to release the wrists. Okay, one last time. Doing fabulous. Okay, hug the belly in, press down to the feet. Inhale, lift it up. Hug the belly in. Let the chin sit in towards the neck. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Sit the bum down. Walk the legs out. Use your cushion. Elevate this last pose, so just elevate a little space in between as you open out and stretch into the legs, bring in a bit of space between each ankle. Take a deep breath in, lengthen the spine, keeping that length in the side body as you exhale and bring the head down to the mat. The blanket or the block or the cushion. You can let the forehead rest here or bring the right or left cheek down, whatever's comfortable. All the while, we're just creating a little bit of spacing, allowing the breath to settle. So keep the toes fairly lively here. Even though it's a kind of restorative position, I want you to really notice that stretch on the inner adductors, the inner thighs. And just use the breath to bring a bit of ease in the effort. And allow the breath to soften the body. Allow the breath to calm the mind. And allow the breath to bring ease into the pose. Take another 3 breaths here. You can move the head accordingly, depending on how it feels in the neck. And remain connected with your breath. Try and keep the thoughts at bay. I know it's very easy to allow a little bit of conversation to move in, which is absolutely fine, but just bring your awareness back to your breath. One more breath. Exhale, and as you inhale, slowly walk the
the spine back up into a vertical position. Take the feet back into a Sukhasana cross-legged position. Sit nice and tall here, and if you like to take it into meditation, you can stay seated like this, keep the spine long. Doesn't matter whether you're lying down or sitting up. Just keep that integrity in the spine, and slow the down breath all the way down, and it calms the nervous system. As we know, once the nervous system is nice and calm, the body relaxes, the mind stills. Thank you for partaking in the class, and I really appreciate it. And hopefully we're coming very closer to all of these restrictions to be lifted and locked down, ultimately to be locked away for a long time. So without further ado, I just want